students, welcome back to my channel once again. So today we will be discussing the CBSE board grade 10, the statistics. This is going to be the part 7. So this is the last part of the statistics chapter. So in the previous 6 videos I explained what is statistics and how to find mean, median and mode. Okay, in mean I also explained the three different methods, that is direct mean, step deviation and assume mean method. Okay, and we have also solved with different types of problems. So if you haven't watched yet that videos, please go and watch it first, then come to this video. Okay, so this is going to be the last video, okay, for the statistics chapter. So let's dive into it. So let's see what we are going to learn today. So today we are going to learn about the Ogive curve. Okay, so there are two types of curve. One is more than type frequency curve and another one is less than type frequency curve. So now let us take one example and try to draw the Ogive curve, then you will be able to understand. The following distribution gives the daily income of 50 workers of a factory. Though I know that currently Ogive curve is not there in your curriculum, but still I am explaining because it is there in ICSE board. Okay, so it's better to know how to draw the Ogive curve. Okay, so if you are not interested to learn this, you can skip, but this topic is there in ICSE board as well. So ICSE students can also learn how to draw the Ogive curve from this video. So the daily income is given, and that is the class interval, and the number of workers, that is the frequency. Now convert the distribution above to a less than type cumulative frequency distribution and then draw its Ogive curve. Okay. So now first we will prepare less than type frequency distribution table. So let us take a look how we will do that. So first daily income in rupees, that is going to be the class interval. So we'll just copy the class interval. Then we have number of workers. So we'll just copy the number of workers, that is going to be the frequency. Then we need to find the cumulative frequency. Earlier also we find out the cumulative frequency means just add the subsequent two frequencies, we will get the cumulative frequency. So we'll do the same process over here and we will keep on adding two subsequent frequencies. Okay, so finally we got the total the cumulative frequencies column updated over here. Then we need to take the points that should be plotted. Okay, now here what we will consider, that the points that will be plotted over here, that will be the x and y. So in the x we will consider the upper limit of the class interval, and then the in y coordinate we will take the cumulative frequency over here. Okay, so if you take that the first class interval, 120 is the upper limit, so that will is going to be the x coordinate, and 12 is the cumulative frequency, so that will be the y coordinate. So in this way we will fill all the other column. Okay, so that is the points to be plotted. Now let's take the graph and make the x-axis, mark the x-axis. So in this case, leaving 2 centimeter from bottom, we draw the horizontal x-axis, and leaving 2 centimeter from left, we draw the vertical y-axis. So in the x-axis, we will plot the daily income in rupees, and in the y-axis, we are going to plot the number of workers, that is the FI. Okay. On x-axis, if classes are not starting from 0, leaving 2 centimeter from x-axis, we start putting the limits. So now here we can see that the smallest one is 120 and the largest point is 200. So 120, 140, 160. So there is a 20 gap in each case. 180, then 200. Okay. The difference between origin and the lower limit of the first class is not same as the width of classes. Hence, we put a king mark. Since 0 to 120, the difference is not same. In the other cases, that is the difference is always same, that is the 20. So since it is not same, so that's why we put a king mark to indicate that there is a in between there are numbers. Okay. Now, so this is the area where it denotes that it's the gap is 120. Now here the scale is given as x-axis is 1 centimeter equal to rupees 10, and in y-axis 1 centimeter equal to 5 workers. Okay, looking at the biggest y coordinate, we select the scale on y-axis now. So what is the biggest y value here? That is 50. So we will take the 50 at the biggest y value. Now we plot the points one after another and write the coordinate. So let's plot the points one by one and then join these points to make a smooth curve. Okay, so this is the Ogive curve. Clear? Now let's take a look at another problem. The following table gives production yield per hectare of wheat of 100 farms of a village. So this is the table, production yield in kilogram per hectare and number of farms. Okay. Change the distribution to a more than type distribution and draw its Ogive. So earlier it was less than type distribution, and here we have to convert this to a more than type distribution and draw its Ogive. So here how to find the more than type distribution. So first we will prepare the more than type cumulative frequency distribution table. So let us take a look how to prepare the more than type cumulative frequency distribution table. So first column will be the continuous classes. So in this sum it is the production yield in kilogram per hectare. So that we will copy from the question. In the second column, that will be the frequency. So in this sum, it is the number of farms. So we'll just copy from the question the digits. The third column will be more than type cumulative frequency. In this, we add the frequency from down to up. So earlier we have done to up to down, we have subsequently added and put the cumulative frequency. But this time we will start from the down to upward direction. So if you take a look that at the bottom we have 16. So first we will write 16 in the cumulative frequency. Then we keep on adding the subsequent frequency. That is 16 plus 38 will give you 54. 54 plus 24 give you 78. In this way it keeps on filling the cumulative distribution, cumulative frequency. Now fourth column will be the points to be plotted. So in this case, we are going to take the x as lower limit of the class interval and the y will be the cumulative frequency. In the earlier that less than type, we have considered the x coordinate as upper limit of the class interval and the cumulative frequency as the y coordinate. Okay, but in this case, we will take the lower limit as the x coordinate. So the points to be plotted will be so the 50, 100. So you can see that 50 is the lower limit in this class interval. So in this way we fill all the column. Okay. Now we know the plots like points to be plotted. Now let us plot the points on the graph. Okay. So let's take the graph. Now take the x-axis. So leaving 2 centimeter again from bottom, we draw the horizontal x-axis. And leaving 2 centimeter from the left, we draw the vertical y-axis. So in the x-axis, we will plot the production yield in kilogram per hectare. And in the y-axis, it will be the number of farms. Okay. So on x-axis, if classes are not starting from 0, leaving 2 centimeter from x-axis, we start putting the limits. So now we can see that here the gap, each gap is 5. Right? Now the difference between origin and lower limit of first class is not same as the width of the classes. Hence we put a king mark over here because that is the gap is 50. So since it is not same, so we will put a king mark. So it denotes that okay, so there There can be means the gap can be anything. Okay. So now looking at the biggest y coordinate, we select the scale on y-axis. So here the biggest y coordinate value is 100. So now plot all the points 10, 20 in this way. Now here the scale is we have chosen an x-axis is 2 centimeter equal to 5 kilogram per hectare, and in y-axis the 1 centimeter equal to 10 farms. Okay, now we plot the points one after the other and write the coordinate. So let's plot all the points. Now join all the points with a smooth curve. So this is the Ogive curve. Okay. Now let's do the another problem. During the medical checkup of 80 students of a class, their weight were recorded as follows. So weight in kilogram. So here the weight is given with the less than type, okay, and the number of students are recorded over here. So draw a less than type Ogive for the given data, hence obtain the median weight from graph and verify the result by using the formula. Okay, so here first, though weight in kg is not given as a class interval. Okay, so then how you are going to convert it into the class interval? Let me tell you the method over here. See, we have to find out in less than type what is the difference between the digits of the two less than type class given. Okay, so if you take a look, that is less than 38 and in the next we have less than 40, so the difference is 2. So we will always subtract whatever, because it is given the less than, right? So 38 will be the upper limit and we will subtract 2 to get the lower limit. So it will start from 36 to 38. So next subsequent class interval will be 38 to 40, then 40 to 42. In this way we will complete the class interval column. Now number of students is given, but here if you take a look, whenever we have a less than or greater than type, whatever the number is given, that is going to be the cumulative frequency. Let me tell you why it will be the cumulative frequency is always given, because less than means it include, if I say less than 44, so that means it includes less than 38, less than 40, less than 42 also, right? Or and less than 44 as well. So that means it will be the summation of previous frequencies as well. So that is why always whenever we have a less than or greater than, the number whatever is given, that is going to be the cumulative frequency. Okay, so here cumulative frequency is given, we need to find the frequency, that is the number of students. So if you take a look, the first one is 0, so that is the number of students. If fi will be 0 over here. In the next column we have 3, so we, in this case we have to just subtract the previous frequency, so 3 minus 0 is 3. Next we have 5, so 5 minus 3 is 2. So in this way we will fill the frequency table. Okay, now let's take the point. So I already explained, in the less than type Ogive we have to consider the upper limit of the class interval as the x coordinate. Okay, and all the cumulative frequency will be the y coordinate, so that will be the points. Okay, now this step we will see later on. Okay, first we will plot the graph. So points already we got. Okay, now let us plot the graph, points on the graph. So leaving 2 centimeter from bottom, we draw horizontal x-axis, and leaving 2 centimeter from left, we draw the vertical y-axis. So in x-axis, we plot weight in kg, and in y-axis, we plot the number of students. On x-axis, if classes are not starting from 0, leaving 2 centimeter from x-axis, we start putting the limits. So here we can see that in each one we have two gaps in each point. But from 0 to 38, the gap is different. So that's why the difference between origin and the lower limit of first class is not same as the width of the classes. Hence, we put a king mark over here. Okay. Now, what is the scale here? The scale in x-axis is 1 centimeter equal to 1 kg, and in y-axis 1 centimeter equal to 5 students. Okay. So now let's take a look at the biggest y coordinate and select the scale on the y-axis. So here the biggest value is 35. So we'll plot all the points in the y-axis. Now we plot the points that is given one after another and write the coordinate. Next task is to join all the points with a smooth curve. Okay, so here we got the Ogive curve. Now, how to find the median value over here? Okay, so how we are going to find the median? So here, what is the highest point in y-axis? That is 35. So that is the n over here, means the max, means total frequency, right? So because you remember that y coordinate, the highest point is the means the y coordinate, we are plotting the cumulative frequency, and whatever is the last, that is going to be the total frequency. So here total frequency n is 35. So we need to first find the n by 2. So n by 2 is 35 by 2, that is 17.5. So we have to take a point between 15 to 20, that will be the 17.5 will be the half of it, right? Within 15 to 20. So now just draw a like horizontal line, mm, and draw it till the Ogive curve. Okay. So whatever points in mid, then we draw a vertical line on top of the x-axis. So that will be the, in which it intersects, that will be going to be the median value in this case. Okay. So if we take a look, now let me go back to the previous slide. So again, I'm showing here. So if you take a look, what we got the median value as 46.5. Okay, because 48, 6 and 48, if we draw the vertical line on top of x-axis, that will going to be the 46.5. So now median we got 46.5 over here, right? So this is from graph we got it. Now in the question, it is said that we need to verify using the formula. So you remember that in formula we have the formula was in first we need to find the n by 2 value, that is 17.5, which lies in the class 46 to 48, right? Because if you take a look, we have to find just cumulative frequency that is just greater than n by 2. So here 17.5 greater than n by 2 means greater than value of 17.5. So after 14 we have 28 in the cumulative frequency. So 28 row, that is going to be the cumulative frequency we have to consider. And what is the corresponding median class? That is 46 to 48, right? So in that case, what will be the L? L will be 46, F is 14, because the corresponding frequency of median class is going to be F, and CF is 14 and H is 2. H is the difference between the lower limits of two subsequent class interval. Okay. Now put everything in the formula. Let me skip this. Now median is L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H. Now put everything in the formula. What we got? 46 plus 0.5. So hence we can easily prove that whatever we got from the graph, and by using the formula, we are getting the same thing, right? Now let's take a look at another problem. Let us see what this question says. Construct a frequency distribution table for following distribution. Okay, here only we need to construct the frequency distribution table. Here cumulative frequency is given and you can see that age in years is given as less than type, right? So that means we need to convert it to a corresponding class interval. So the cumulative frequency table with class interval is given by, okay, so age in years is given, class interval we need to find out, cumulative frequency is given, and we need to find out the frequency. So in this problem, classes given are in the form of less than. So less than 20, less than 10, less than 20, less than 30 in this way, right? So class interval is given as less than 10 means 10 is the upper limit of that class, right? So we will write 10 as the upper limit. Similarly, all upper limits are given to us. So we will just fill up all the upper limits. Since class width is 10, so we get lower limit by subtracting 10 from each upper limit. How can I get the class width? Because we know that if we subtract two subsequent class um, uh, interval lower limits or upper limits. So here we know all the upper limits. So if you subtract all the upper limits, we get the class width. So now if we just subtract a class width from the upper limit, we will get the lower limit. So 10 minus 10 is 0. Then 20 minus 10. So this is way we are filling the lower limits. Now the frequencies given to us are cumulative frequency less than type. As we observe, they are increasing from top to bottom, right? So now in cumulative frequency less than type, the CF and the frequency of the first class is the same. So we'll just copy the frequency as it is. Now for getting the CF, we add the frequencies. Means for getting the cumulative frequency, normally what we do? We keep on adding the subsequent frequencies. Similarly, for getting frequencies, we subtract the consecutive cumulative frequency. So in this case, 17 minus 0, that is 17. Now in this way, 32 minus 17, we'll get the corresponding frequency. So in this way, we'll keep on filling up the frequency table. Okay. So this is the cumulative frequency. So this is the frequency distribution table. Okay. Hope it is clear to you. Now, next question is draw an ogive to represent the following data. So here class mark is given and frequency is given. So class mark and frequency is given means we need to find the class interval. So we know that class mark is the midpoint of all the classes. So let us find the class interval using given class marks. So let us see how we can find the class interval over here. So first we will copy the class marks and also the frequencies. First find the class width by subtracting two consecutive class marks. Because we already earlier know that if we what we did earlier, like if we add the class width, we will get the class width to the corresponding class mark, we get the next class mark. So in this way, if you keep on subtracting two consecutive class mark, we will get the class width, right? So let us subtract any, you can take any value. So here we have chosen 27.5 minus 22.5. So what is the class width? That is 5. Now divide this class width by 2. So that is 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. Now from class mark, subtract 2.5. Okay, whatever value we got to get the lower limit and add 2.5 to get the upper limit. So 12.5 minus 2.5, that is 10, that is going to be the lower limit, and 12.5 plus 2.5, that is 15, that is going to be the upper limit. So if you take a look, that we know that class mark is lower limit plus upper limit by 2. So in this case 10 plus 15 by 2, that is 25 by 2, gives you 12.5. So you can also cross verify. Okay. So now in this way we fill up all the upper limit and lower limit. Okay, I'm just showing you the steps. I hope it is self-explanatory. It's very easy to understand. Now let us find the coordinates of the points to be plotted. Okay. So class interval we know, frequency also we know. Okay. Now since frequency of the first class is not 0, so let us introduce a class before the first class with frequency 0. Okay. So because here we are going to represent the Ogive. So in this case, since we know that the class width is 5, so with the previous class interval that is going to be 5 to 10, because in this case it is starting from 10 to 15. So the previous class will be interval will be 5 to 10 and the frequency will be 0. Now x coordinate is the upper boundary of class, right? So let us write down all the upper boundaries over here. So 10, 15, 20. In this way we will fill this upper boundary column. Now y coordinate is the cumulative frequency, that is less than type. Okay. So now let's calculate the cumulative frequency over here. So we will keep on subsequently adding it. You remember that whenever it is a more than type, here in less than type, we have to add the cumulative frequency from top to bottom, and for more than type, we have to add the cumulative frequency from bottom to top. And also the x coordinate will be, here we are considering the upper limit, and for more than type it should be the lower limit. Okay. So if it is not clear, you can go back and watch the previous video where I have shown you how to find the more than type, how to draw the Ogive for more than type. Okay. So let's uh, fill all the cumulative frequencies. Okay, now let's plot the points over here. So first we will draw the x-axis. So let's mark the upper class boundaries on x-axis. This is going to be the class. We are writing just the class interval. Now mark the cumulative frequency less than on y-axis. So now first find out what is the highest cumulative frequency here. That is 139. So since we have 20 centimeters on y-axis, we will consider simplest scale, that is 1 centimeter equal to 10 units. Okay. So in this way, we fill all the y coordinates. Okay, now here the scale we have considered is 2 centimeter equal to 5 units on x-axis and 1 centimeter equal to 10 units on y-axis. Now let's plot the point. So 1 centimeter here is the one box. So here means the total, if you take the bigger box we are talking. So 1 centimeter is 10 boxes over here. So that means 10 boxes equal to 10 units. So one box means that is equal to 1 unit. Okay. So now this is the 30 to 40 centimeter range. Means not centimeter, 30 to 40. This is the entire one box, the bigger box. So in between it will have 31, 32. Okay, in this way. Now plot all the points. So now 10 and 10 is the x coordinate and 0 is the y coordinate. Okay, now 15 and 12, let's plot it. Okay, next 20 and 29. Then we have 25 and 51. Next we have 30 and 78. Then we have 35 and 109. Then finally we have 40 and 139. Okay. Now let's join these points with a smooth curve. Okay. Now that is the Ogive curve we have plotted over here. Okay. That's all. So thanks for watching this video. If you like my video, please hit the like button. And if you have anything to ask me, you can put it in the comment section. If you want to share this, please share to your friends, and to get the notification about the upcoming videos, because this is the last video. I already told you this is the last video for the statistics chapter. So in the upcoming videos you will get the other chapters for grade 10. Okay, so please subscribe to my channel to get that notification. For that you have to just press the bell icon. That's all for today. Thanks. Bye bye.